Hey everybody, and welcome back to Winter Quarter. It's me, Jack Kahn, your new-ish president for Shoreline Community College. We are just now here finishing up our first week of classes. Of course, we've been back a couple weeks, and it's just been so exciting to see all the students and everybody coming back. And even more exciting, or maybe equally as exciting, enrollment is up. Now, before I get too excited, of course it always bounces back a little bit. I don't want to get in trouble, but between the filming of this, of course it'll change by the time you watch it, but by the filming of this and yesterday, we were somewhere between, or showing 8 to 11% up from, and saying 6. Why is it? 7. Oh, 7 to 11. Okay, we're all about honesty and transparency here at Shoreline, as you know. 7 to 11% up. There were some new ghosts yesterday that swept in, crept. What did ghosts don't really creep, do they, Rob? Flew in? Ghosts that flew into the classes, about 75 or so that we're removing. So that number will fluctuate, as it often does. But the fact that it's this high at this stage is really, really great news. So I hope if you're seeing this after you're done, please go thank people in your department and all the hard work that everybody's doing. Things we're trying, things we're modifying, it's making a difference. So that's huge for Shoreline. So congratulations, everybody. That's really exciting. Another very exciting thing is I have a guest star for today. That is Garnsey-Harter, Dr. Harter from the PI area, Planning and Institutional Effectiveness, who's going to give us an update on accreditation. All right, well, welcome, Ann. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So I thought it's more fun to get the updates from folks rather than people just seeing me. So we do have a lot of things going on with accreditation. So if you want to give everybody a quick update, yeah, that'd be great.
Cool. Which it's totally fun, accreditation. I mean,
it is very fun in and of itself.
What's more fun than accreditation?
Yeah, that's a very good point. Very good point.
So hello, everybody. This is Ann. So lots of stuff going on with accreditation. As you know, you all are working on your area reviews. Those are due March 1st, but I recommend that you break the work into pieces and do sections, sort of scaffold it. So right now, if you can be working on the work that you said you would be doing this year and documenting what you're doing in this year's area reviews, that's awesome. Another thing is our accreditation site visit is coming up mid-April, April 18 and 19. So we're going to do everything we can to be prepared for that, because it's a high stakes deal. We have a warning from our accreditors. So we're going to do everything we can. So one thing we're doing is a mock accreditation visit, and everyone is invited to that. That is going to be Friday, February 23rd, all day. And so look for...
And we'll be sending out invitations and everything for that.
Yeah,
Okay,
look for more information, especially in the weekly all-staff emails that come out towards the end of each week. We'll have all of this information. And so we have a few, I think it's going to be 3 external evaluators who are from sister colleges who have evaluated colleges.
Other colleges,
That's great. And so they'll help us, do a dress rehearsal for the real thing, which is in April. And then we also have a report that is due, and this accreditation visit is called the mid-cycle. It's our 7-year accreditation cycle, and we're in the middle of it, year 3. And so we have a mid-cycle report that's due as well. And we have 30 plus pages of a report written. So we have a draft that we're refining now. Our liaison with the accrediting body offered to read it and give us feedback. And so we're going to get a draft to him by February 1st. So if you're helping write the accreditation report, shout out to the accreditation committee and the executive team. That content is due in the next 2 weeks, so we can get it out to...
It's really nice that they're willing to give us that early feedback, too.
Totally. So that'll give us time to get some feedback from the accreditation body and then revise and get it in by March 7th, which is the official day to get it in.
That's great, yeah. And then I would really encourage for everyone that can participate in the mock visit to do so, even just at the level of being more knowledgeable about what's happening. But in the spirit of accreditation, this is part of the continued improvement. So by doing the mock visit, yes, it is obviously to help us prepare for the actual visit, but it also is going to help us continue to improve our practices, which is the most important part. So really would encourage people, if they can attend meetings that are there, to be there, to voice perspective, to join us so that we can really genuinely make those improvements.
Yeah, and the mock visit will be one full day. The real visit is 2 days, so there'll be more happening at the real visit.
Sure.
Like evaluators might be walking around campus and talking to people, asking questions. We probably won't have as much of that in the mock visit. We'll
Sure.
have more scheduled time. But yeah, please join us and help us with creating our culture of continuous improvement.
Awesome. Great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
When we do it live, you can answer questions, but this isn't live, so sorry. But thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Couple other updates for you for January. We're right now in the process of evaluating our new tenure track lines for Shoreline Community College, so trying to determine how many new faculty lines we'll be able to bring in for this year. Great process that just went through with our academic deans and our FPCs making recommendation to the vice president. That information is now coming up to the executive team. So in the next week or two, we'll have a sense of both the number of lines that we'll be able to float this year, as well as what academic disciplines we'll be able to support. So take a look at the weekly updates for the college, and you'll get those updates as soon as they're available. We're also evaluating whether or not we'll be able to bring in additional staff this year. As we said, late summer, once we get to Q1, we're going to do an analysis where we are with revenue and expenditures, take a look at that prioritized list that we created through our program review process last year, and see if it's possible to move a couple of those positions forward. Trying to be careful, obviously, since we've had some years of that revenue expenditure picture not balancing, doing better this year than last year already, which is great, but we want to be careful about those decisions. So, but you'll be hearing about that within the next couple of weeks as well. And let's see what other kinds of exciting things are happening. Oh, strategic plan. I know you're wondering, what is going on with that strategic plan? Well, I just happen to know. I'm glad that you're asking questions. I know the answers too. So in the next couple weeks, we are meeting with the strategic plan task force and the working groups to refine more the proposals and drafts that we have in our current draft plan. We're also working on new versions of our equity statement, value statement, mission, and vision statements for the college. So all that information is being vetted by different groups. All of it has come and will come to our college council for kind of that big picture view. And in January, I believe it's the 24th, the board will get to look at the sort of first version of all the work that the college has been doing for this past year, really, which is really, really tremendous. The board will get a first taste of that, and then the complete strategic plan will be presented to the board in their February meeting where they'll vote on it. Between the January meeting and the February meeting, there's going to be a period of time for about 2 weeks that the whole campus will get to look at the final draft product and provide additional feedback. So it's been updated multiple times through feedback that's been given by different groups, and we'll have a couple more opportunities to do that before it goes to the board for final review. But thank you for everybody that's putting time and energy into it. It is a lot of work, and it's exciting to see it coming along. Next, we have on the list just a couple other things I wanted to mention. One is that this is something also that happened last January, that myself and a couple board members this year with a couple students are going to go to Olympia with presidents and board members from across the state to advocate for our students and community with our legislative representatives. So thank you to Lori and Betsy from our office for coordinating those visits. We'll be attending those meetings. I'll give you a summary of how that goes. All the presidents are doing it, but we're starting out again by thanking the legislators for supporting a full cost of living allowance for faculty, staff, and admin that was completely paid for rather than relying on the colleges for coming up with the difference, with the delta. Thanking them for that support and support for capital projects and other projects that happened last year, and continuing to advocate for our students, of course, and our staff and faculty for continued support throughout the state. So I'll give you a summary of that when it happens, but that's coming up toward the end of the month. So we'll do a video report in February, and also just check the weeklies if you're wanting to get up to the minute updates on that. And then finally, we're going to be doing a really special event here at Shoreline at the end of the month. We were approached by some members of the city of Shoreline, particularly through our Shoreline Police Department, who are coordinating an event for Edwin Pratt. I don't know if folks of you not being from the area, it is something I had learned about, but I'm sure many of you from here are familiar. Edwin Pratt was a civil rights activist that was murdered in his home in Shoreline in the late 60s. And there have been various attempts at, over the years, honoring him and his family. Last year, the city did an event just for the family down at City Hall. It had city representatives, also family members. This year, they wanted to really bring it out to the broader community. And so we're going to host that here at Shoreline, and we're connecting with some of our different groups on campus. We just found out about this, but it gives us an opportunity to be a part of this with the city and kind of raise awareness of this story, and of course the importance of the activism that was happening then and certainly happening now around many of the same issues, unfortunately. But it will be here at Shoreline. I hope to see you there. It's on January 30th. We haven't sent anything out yet, brand new. It'll be in the evening, I think at 5 o'clock. There'll be speakers from the city, representatives from the family, and also we are hoping, and it sounds like we're going to be able to have some of our former students presenting who are recipients of a scholarship that we have also in his name here at Shoreline. So in any case, should be a special event. I think that's it, Rob, for now. We've only been back a couple weeks in January, so January is a little slow, but that seems like a lot. Welcome back, everybody. Great to see you. Please stop by and say hello, and I hope your first few weeks of the quarter are going wonderfully. Take care.